Now this tutorial is all about edges. Just going to taper that out, use a little bit more medium. Just using a filbert brush here, number 12. Now, with any cloud, or with a lot of clouds, the clouds in general tend to have a harder top edge than they do bottom edge. Clouds tend to be darker on the bottom and lighter on the top. Now again, I'm telling you what to do, which is not the way I want to keep it. I want to be telling you what not to do, because that is not a rule, it's just what tends to happen, and it's what I'm going to attempt to achieve here. So I'm going to go to I'm going to go back to my blue here, and if you've watched my Is the Sky Blue video, you will realise that the sky isn't blue, it is cyan. So we're going to create a mixture of cyan, so we're going to create a blue sky here. So this is going to be a complete gap in the clouds, and this is where your translucency comes in. Because I'm painting on top of the same colour that's within the cloud, I relate one colour to the other. But what I also do is I create less of a change between one colour and another, which creates translucency. So there's blue within within all the sky, but there's also going to be elements of the cyan blue within the cloud, and I'm going to demonstrate that through the use of grey. So back to the grey colour I've got here, and we're going to warm that same colour with probably some this is actually transparent red oxide, and I'm just gonna warm that up. And that's King's Blue that's in there too. So this is going to describe a shadow colour underneath. And I'm going to take that shadow colour, the same shadow colour, it probably needs to be bluer. Take that shadow colour and create distant hills. Now this method of painting, where we're just getting down, we're blocking in shapes, what to note about it is that we start off very thin and we get thicker as we start to add more paint. But the brush strokes run in and amongst each other. We're not too precious about it. Now, key to that is your grip on the paintbrush. I see too many people, and beginners and amateurs, setting out the first strokes of a loose, supposedly loose painting, and they're holding a brush like this, like a pencil. And that completely restricts the movement and the sweeping of the brush and the freedom of the brush. You've got to make sure that you're holding the brush like this. So you're scrubbing paint into the canvas, you're putting down paint with the arm instead of with the fingers. You're sweeping across, and you're not restricting yourself to detail too early on. If you get bogged down with detail too early on, your edges become hard from the very outset, and you're on a loser from the very beginning. So be freer at the start of a painting, enjoy the start of a painting, and remember that that is when you're establishing soft edges. The next part, I mean, is a softening of the soft edges, and that can be done with a completely dry brush. A lot of painting is done with a brush with nothing on it. You're painting with complete fresh air. I like to think of painting as applying paint and then manipulating paint. So various places would be softened, and using blending of a completely dry brush, so that you're further softening the brush marks. Because if there's bold brush marks across everything, it can get very chaotic looking. And to emphasize the boldness of some strokes, we can soften others. So again, we're softening edges of cloud cover. I'm going to put up the rest of this painting as a time lapse so you can see how it progresses to the end. But the important thing about edges is you start off the way that you mean to go on. Start off with real soft edges. Start to put your details in towards the end to define more edges, but you want that variety. You want to tiptoe and stamp all round the painting. You want to transition between the two to make the real stronger parts of the composition look strong. You've got to have the softer parts. Start soft, finish strong, and keep it nice and loose. And also change that grip on your brush to something more akin to maybe a fork or a knife. Okay, thanks a lot. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and indeed subscribe to the channel. Thank you.